In TIA portal, as I mentioned before, we can distinguish three languages. It is ladder, FBD, and SCL. Each language has its own history and type of programming. First language, ladder, comes from electrical schemes and is designed for electrical. We will use this language in our programs. So very easy translation between each of the language. I will show it using writing to the output the signal from the input. We put here input 1, which we has defined earlier, and on the output we will control output 1. How it will work? If the input will be 1, then on the output will be also 1. If input will be 0, then output will be 0. So very easy switcher of the lamp. It is in the ladder structure language. If we want write program in another language, each block can be written in another language. For example, we can put another block, organization block, program cycle, and we choose another program in FBD language. FBD language comes from electricians schemes, so the same as electronic PCB and logic of the blocks can be written. What we can do now, we can write the same program like in the ladder, but now in FBD structure. How it look like? We put a special block. For example, from input 1, we want rewrite this value to the output 1 by this special block with the sign equals. It can be also not equal and some other functions, but it is exactly the same meaning what was at the first program with the ladder language, like here. And the third last language which we have in the TIA portal, it is SCL. SCL is for informatic persons, like in the programming, so only text structure of programming. If we want to make the same, we have to write the loop if the condition which we have to use cannot be here, for example E0.0, because it is the address. Here we can use only the name symbols of the addresses. So if the input is equal to the true value, so if we have got this value true, then our output 1 will be also true. We can see that if we check the value, then we write equal. If we want write some value to the output, we wrote something like this sign. If we want to change the value, because it is not exactly this program which we made in earlier languages, and now if the value is true, then the output is true. If the value is not true, so if the value is false, then this loop is not realized and the value is the same like was before. So if we want to make the same program, we have to write else. So if it's not true, then the output must be false. And at the end of the program, we have to write this special sign. Okay, here we haven't got any spaces, and the program this is exactly the same like in the previous languages.